Greetings, welcome to ShadowStar. Don't mind the ships launching. You can ignore them. They're fine. They are friendly. Okay, I apologize. My mind is still in a bit of a funny place. But this is a Star Trek Online Starship Stats Review. And this is not on the test server. This is because at the moment the ship in question is bugged out on the test server. Yes, the ship on screen is also not using the standard default appearance, but rather what I'm referring to as the Jurati Assimilator. Because we have 3, but we don't have a Jurati, and that just disappoints me. My favourite Star Trek Picard character. Yeah, it's like everyone just forgot what she became in Season 2. Well, I didn't. So, without getting too distracted, as my brain is all over the place, and this is completely fun, Resistance definitely is futile. Allow me to welcome you, members of the Federation, the Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, and, of course, our guests from the Dominion. Aboard a lore-expanding ship for the Umbran Solace. A ship that I owe an even bigger thank you, not only to everyone credited on screen, but even more so to XG Blackbird, to Tribal Typhoon, and to Sky Hawkins, because they are the ones that made acquiring this and the last ship I reviewed physically possible with their donations. And because I can't test this on the test server, I've had to keep the ship because I've had to use it on the primary server, and therefore it's been added to the fleet and therefore expanded the lore of my captain and his people. With that being said, I welcome you aboard to witness the prowess of the Borg Assimilator Dreadnought carrier, a ship that is primarily warning people acquired through in-game gambling mechanics. Though I would like to note that if you do have issues like I do, mental health in any way, ADHD, ASD, the list can go on, and you have, as a result, situations involving gambling that is not exactly the most positive, trust me, you're not alone on that one, then I strongly advise seeking advice and assistance. Or you can take my advice and assistance if you really want this ship. Do not partake in the gambling, but instead, for around 80 to £100 sterling, convert that to your currency, you can acquire the ship in-game from the exchange, currently on the exchange around 1.2 to 1.5 billion EC. Best way to acquire this, if you're going to use real-life money, is to get that Zen, get the Lockbox keys, sell them on the exchange, and then with the EC you acquire from selling those keys, acquire this ship. Hey, if you get lucky, you can possibly get a couple of ships that you like, depending on the price range that you earn from it. Now, yes, I admit if you take part in the gambling, there's a higher chance you could get 2 of these, and then you could sell one of them on the exchange and get your money back. But honestly, forgo the gambling, guarantee it. This ship will be viewed from the perspective of how much it costs to guarantee your hands on it, and also the perspective of how much that would have cost if you wanted it for all of your captains, or at least 3. Let's go from the perspective of 3. So without further ado, let's get on with the stats, shall we? Now I do hope you'll forgive me, but I cannot resist the Borg H. And I have to put some credits out right now. Putting it out there right now to Cryptic. They didn't just bring the ship into the game, they have done it beautifully. The detailing on the ship is amazing. I'm currently, what you're currently seeing is being recorded at 4K render scale 2. So make of that what you will. Yes, that I can't do 4K render scale 3, okay? I can run at 4K, I can do 1080p at render scale 3, I cannot do 2K, well I can do 2K at render scale 3, I cannot do 4K at render scale 3, so this is 4K render scale 2, and we're trying not to break anything. It looks beautiful, okay? Let's not get sidetracked. Here are her stats. And my word, have I got some things to say about this ship. This is an all-rounder, definitely, but it's fit. I don't know who to say thank you to in the Cryptic team, but whoever themed and came up with the specs for this ship was brilliant. Now, there are some things that you may be seeing on there that I question. I think I'll pull a question mark next to one of them. But at the same time, I'm going to show you this ship in action for the main reason of this ship is interesting to see in action. Okay. Enough of that. Let's focus on the stats. We have a tier 6 ship available to any faction of a hull modifier of 1.45, a shield modifier of 1, 5 forward, 2 aft weapons, 3 device slots, a base turn rate of 7, an impulse modifier of 0.15, an inertia rating of 200. Bonus power settings for weapons and shields being +5, while engine and auxiliary are +15. She comes equipped with 2 hangar bays. She is a miracle worker ship, so of course has the innovation mechanic and also the cylindrical quantum slipstream drive. She can equip dual cannons. She has the carrier mastery package, allowing for a faster hangar launch recharge speed, as well as improved hull capacity, energy and kinetic damage, maximum shield capacity, and will come with an interesting trait that I'm going to tear apart later. Her Admiralty stats are Engineering 66, Science 40, Tactical 20, and has +6 TAC for any ship. So every other ship she's with, boost that tactical up. Which makes sense because as we're going to go into the final parts of the make or break it stats, you're really going to have to bear with me because I get overhyped. Yes, I'm reading my future self. I'm scripted in my head. And partly to the side here. I hate scripts. Okay, we'll start with the bridge officers. Which has a Ensign Universal, a Lieutenant Universal, 2 Lieutenant Commanders, 1 Tactical, 1 Science. The Science one has Command Specialization, and 1 Commander, Engineering with Miracle Worker Specialization. She then comes lovely equipped with 2 Tactical console slots, 5 Engineering console slots, 4 Science console slots, and 1 Universal. But if you do as I do, an X upgrader to X2, you gain an extra 2 Universal slots, and well, this is where things are going to get a little bit fun. Our thing is going to get fun. So let's start off talking about her tactical capabilities, which is both her strongest and weakest aspect. What? Alright, so here's the thing. There's a few ways to go about this ship, tactically speaking. It is one of those ships which is extremely good in one tactical variant, but it is actually quite good across the board. As a carrier and DPS carrier, she's quite effective. In fact, probably one of the best carriers. That's saying something. But to go even further than that, even if we went just purely from a tactical basis, and tactical DPS with this vessel, this ship has the ability to have 5 tactical console slots, 1 being eaten by the Lorca custom fire control, but that's powerful. Just to be fair, it means this ship does have kinetic build potential. The reason I say this is because ISO mags are not so beneficial to kinetic builds as they are for energy builds. This is because the power level setting improves energy damage output, for those unaware, but won't actually affect a kinetic weapon's output. As a result, kinetic weapons will always do the same amount of damage no matter what level your energy weapon powers, your energy power setting is at. That's why ISOMAGs are more for the energy builds. Which makes me really wonder why anyone's going to get ISOMAG kinetic. But okay, yeah, you can get them, they come in handy. And okay, I can see an approach to want to using them on that basis. Which is why I say this ship still has kinetic capability. But overall, this ship is a absolute powerhouse in energy builds, effective kinetic builds, great DPS carrier, and just generally speaking, an all-around good ship. It can go for broadside builds, it can go for forward bias. You can mine layer with it, though I wouldn't 100% recommend that with only 2 rear weapons. This ship is a lot of fun, tactically speaking, and as a result, and as per my support DPS run, with an interesting damage output from this ship, honestly, myself getting a few builds I've done, 120, I think 111, and another one was 130. I've been hearing people getting way higher than me, bearing in mind these were advanced ones. People running elite have been getting astronomically higher than me. People running fellow advanced ones have been getting double me. So overall, this ship has got a lot of DPS potential. But then we go into its tanking, and it just explodes. It's like we've suddenly gone and just decided to be silly. This ship can tank like an absolute beast. It can either Pert-Gen tank by keeping, obviously, all the threat on itself, threat generation. It can use its pets for tanking to keep threat on them and get them going crazy. And these pets are actually really good for that. Probably the pets I would go for if you want a tanking pet. Then, well, it gets even better. Because this ship has been themed so damn well. Yes, its shield modifier is 1, but you can have a total of 7 science consoles on the ship. You can shield tank with this ship. Oh, fuck the shield tanking. Shield tanking score for me is going to get 6 out of 10. Because the regen and the whole tanking side of this ship is where it really sits. That insane potential to have 8 engineering consoles, which is overkill. And obviously that benefits the ISOMAG. But that benefits tanking as well. It just makes this ship a powerhouse. You can either endurance hull tank, or you can regen hull tank. And I promise you, you're going to be nearly unkillable. This ship is proper Borg. It will take a absolute pounding and survive. Well, I flew this ship, took an insane amount of damage, down to I think it was 5% hull strength, and I was thinking, oh god, I'm about to blow up. Because normally when I see my hull strength drop below 10%, that's it. I'm like, yeah, in a couple of seconds I'm going boom. And then I'm still fighting there, and I'm like, what? What's going on? Hello? She just takes the punishment and keeps on going. Even as her hull's getting lower and lower and lower, she is able to keep that fight up. Absolutely astonished with this ship, and as a result, well, overall tanking score, if I'm going to tell you now, regenerative tank, I will easily give her 9 out of 10. Whole tank, I will easily give her 9 out of 10. What do you think my overall tanking score of her is? 8.5 out of 10. The only thing that's weakened it is the shield tanking. But then you can bonus it, point it, because It's an excellent ship as far as its pets go, so bonus 1 point. 9.5 out of 10. Okay, so support. Now this is a Miracle Worker ship, so obviously it's going to be a good support ship. I don't think there's a single Miracle Worker ship that isn't a good support ship. So let's just be frank on that. Now, I want to be really hyped for the ship now, and be just as excitable here as I would be for this ship talking about tank or talking about DPS as I am with this ship. Especially considering support is my thing, that is what I love. And I think that's why I can't be overly excited. Because I'm able to look at this ship and go, oh, okay, you are definitely one of the best support ships. That is really fundamentally clear to say. Carriers are always near the top of support builds. That might just be a personal preference thing of mine, but I will personally always put carriers near the top. Mostly because their pets are great for supporting in almost all scenarios. But the pets on this ship are absolutely brilliant for supporting. You saw the assimilated Galore class. Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to go into. Overall speaking, this ship is one of those ones where I was really hyped reading it, and then I just thought to myself, as far as support ships go in this game, and yes, they're a niche, and there's not very many absolutely ships that are absolutely amazing support vessels. They are all Miracle Workers. Miracle Worker Cruisers, one of them. Juggernaut's one. There are plenty more, to be honest. The Kabali Samsar is actually a pretty good support vessel. The Vicordon Carrier is a pretty good support vessel. This ship, I will admit, is better than them. For some reason, I'm not as super hyped. I don't know why. I'm more hyped about its tanking and its DPS than I am its support. And I think that's because, fundamentally speaking, we have support vessels that are already equal to this ship. And these support vessels don't cost as much as this ship to get. I think that's shadowing me, because I'm so knowledgeable on support builds that bit of knowledge is coming back at me now, and it's like, ah. However, I will still score this ship very highly, because just because there are other ships that are as capable of it in support doesn't mean I can't score it highly. Look, I just did that with DPS and tanking, and there are definitely ships better than this ship at DPS and tanking. So this ship gets a support score for me of 8 out of 10. Primarily achieved because of its hangar pets, and also because the stats are just perfect for support. And then I realised something. This ship is extremely balanced. That's what's got me so hyped about it. Now, I'm unhappy for how expensive it costs to get. At least I didn't spend £300 like I did on the USS Nemesis, my Donny Discovery Constitution class. That Miracle Worker flight deck carrier, that was an absolute beast, and I still love the ship. That is easily one of my best support ships, and this ship has just bypassed it. Which is scary to say. This ship is actually better support build-wise than the Donny. The Donny is a better DPS ship. This ship is a better support ship. Better tank. But unlike the Donny, which is very good in basically all in a very strong balance, this ship has the same balance, but is just a little bit better. When it comes to tanking, when it comes to support itself, it's better. It's got about the same DPS potential, maybe a little bit slower. So maybe it's got a little bit less DPS potential, but it's definitely got the better tank and better support capabilities, and as a result, I've got to be blunt, I'm really happy with this vessel. Really happy with it. And I know I've gone on and dragged on, so let's get on to something else now. Hello in here! How are you doing? Later! Okay, so while this is loading, let me be honest with you guys. I will admit, I'm probably a lot happier right now than I was when I did the Shrike, because I wasn't able to keep the Shrike. And I wanted the Shrike, so that pushed my mood down. I get it. We all have budgeting problems. You really shouldn't be complaining about it. I wish Cryptic would be a little bit nicer with this kind of thing. Honestly, if I was part of the Cryptic team, I would be advising that they reduce the cost of acquiring this stuff, because then more people will spend on it. But it's neither here nor there. Cryptic is a company, they have to make money. And as a result, seeing as this was bugged on the test server, so I couldn't get my hands on it on the test server and test it properly, because I couldn't test its console. That's what was bugged. As a result, woo! Mental Scale 2. Sorry about that. That was probably really loud. As a result, I've had to use this ship on the main one. So, Tribal, Sky, Blackbird, you guys, you've added this ship to my fleet. Thank you. That's probably why I'm in such a good mood right now, is because I'm a detail fanatic. My ADHD loves breaking stuff like this down. That's why I do this. And detail fanatic there. This is absolutely stunning. I love this ship. It's so beautiful. I love being able to break it down. Getting sidetracked. Let's start off with the pets. Yay! These little pets. Now, before we look at them directly, here's how they launch. Side note, detailing. There we go. It will have your vanity shield on that ship initially, but once it's properly spawned, it will lose it. These pets are very impressive pets though. You saw I had that assimilated Borg ship with, well, that assimilated Galor class in me, yes? Well, this is because that's how these pets work. These assimilator probes have one beautiful, really overpowered function. And the stronger the individual they assimilate, the more powerful the function is. Don't know what I mean? Well, have at them, my pets. This is the easiest way to demonstrate it. I will simply assimilate these Jem'Hadar attack craft. They can join my fleet. There goes one. Let's get the other one. And look, you see, I'm down one assimilator. What's going on? Oh, I'm down two assimilators. They didn't get destroyed though. What's going on? I think you can see them. Now, the interesting side effect of this whole thing, what I love about them, is they keep their own abilities, but they get strengthened. So, as you can see, my pet's coming back to me now. Two of them haven't bothered assimilating because I've already got one down here. And, whoops, see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. Nope, I'm not going to be able to see it. But as you can see down there, I have the Jem'Hadar attack craft assimilated. Because that is a frigate, it gets the frigate level bonuses. And that assimilated drone is now stronger. Technically, I'm pretty sure two of these are supposed to also have assimilated frigates and now be stronger themselves. Because so long as they're not destroyed, they should assimilate and strengthen themselves. Now, the standard version you get is the Assimilator probe, which has the assimilated plasma beam array and will assimilate defeated foes, granting an increase in base damage bonuses based on the foe's size from 25 to 100%. 25% comes from frigates, 100% is Dreadnought, so battle cruisers probably like 75%. We see how it's going. It's quite nice, quite strong. Cruisers are probably 50%. Now, the advanced variant of this, which I haven't bothered purchasing because why would you? Doesn't seem to have any benefits, and I'm trying to remember who it was now. Another YouTuber brought this up on Twitter. Did find that quite funny. So, from testing I have done, testing I have been able to do, which is what I did with this ship, basically I got one of these and tested it against the elite version, and then tested it against the standard version, so I could see how the advanced was in the middle of the two. From what I've been able to see, the advanced does have differences from the standard. Although the fighter gear is exactly the same, the advanced seems to be a little bit tougher, a little bit more powerful. So it's going to have a little bit more hit points, and it's going to do a little bit higher base damage. That is it from what I could tell. It wasn't massive, major. It's more than you'd expect from the upgrade from standard to advanced, is what I'm trying to say. And then, of course, you have the same again as you go from advanced to elite. But the elite version, which is the ones I am currently flying on this ship. Do you like my ISOMAX? This one also has Beam Overload 1. And according to any run I have done, that is definitely Beam Overload 1. But it bugs out. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a bug, because assimilating defeated foes doesn't say grants advanced fighter gear or fighter abilities. However, when I assimilated a certain ship during testing, for some reason, I ended up with beam fire at will being used when I had no beam fire at will for that specific build. I was using a version of this build that was a beamer overload, complete forward biased beam overload, and for some reason a beam fire at will came up. I'm like, wait, so there's a bug in there somewhere. I'm not sure what triggered it or what caused it. I think it's what one of my pets assimilated caused it. So just be wary if that happens. It's not supposed to be happening. So you're aware of it. Kind of fun. I did find it quite amusing. Overall, though, to summarize these beautiful pets, overall, I love them. And you know what I really like? What are they bound to? What can they be used on? I was terrified that you were only going to be able to use these. When I read about them, only be able to use these on Borg ships. I'm going to put it this way. Elite assimilator probes. The assimilator probes in general. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. If you can use these efficiently and effectively with a good carrier build, personally speaking, I would say these are the best hangar frigates. Now, they are not the best for DPS. Please hear me on that one. They are not the best DPS. But they are easily the best hangar frigates. And if they're not better, they're definitely close to being as good as the Archon Styx frigate hangar pets. the Magi classes that they have. But I honestly think these are better than those. And anyone who knows me knows how much I love those Magi classes. So, frankly, guys, getting these ships just to have these pets, I could understand that. 80 quid, if you can get it, 80 quid. Then we get the console. Oh my word, this console is a beaut. The Universal Disassemble and Analyze. With 4 charges maximum and a passive benefit of plus 2.6% to increase critical chance, hull restoration of 28.5 and a plus 10% to hangar pet critical chance. This is a console you have to use on any carrier build. In my personal opinion, this is easily jumped up and become one of the hangar pet, carrier ship meta consoles. You want to argue with me that? Feel free. You can tell me why you think I'm wrong. But I am 100% certain that this is a new meta console. I absolutely love its effectiveness. I wasn't overly hyped at first. Mostly because its active ability, hold, drain and damage foes to harvest technology. I didn't think too highly of it. Minus 1,181.3 to all shields per second for 5 seconds. Cool, you're one of the weaker shield drains. And 1,000, just over 1,000 kinetic damage times 3 per second for 5 seconds. Cool, you're doing 15,000 damage in 5 seconds times 3. Okay. For a single target foe. Huh. So it's doing 3 hits per second. And then it's going to increase your critical chance by 1% for 45 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Against the foe you have targeted with this console. Now, if the target is a friendly assimilated ship, this will also then do a plus 0.7% critical chance, an additional 0.35% per target rank. So if you have your assimilated pets fully ranked up, boom. Your friendly assimilated probes will keep their rank and can assimilate again. And the best part to this whole thing is other friendly assimilated ships can be disassembled to restore your probes. This console is insanely powerful for carrier builds for one primary reason. When it says assimilated friendly ships, now I don't think that's supposed to work on just any assimilated, only the ones assimilated by these hangar pets. That's strong enough. But just on the DPS side of things, I was not expecting this console to be as effectively strong as it is. I was just not hyped for it. I'll be blunt. I didn't think highly of it at all until I started using it. And once I started using it and seeing my results coming back from it, honestly, it was a little bit surprising at first. I thought it was bugged out. But seeing it do it 3 times in a row, it's not bugged out. It's just good. It is not a console you're going to want to use on every ship build, but it is extremely good for those of you utilizing drain builds who will be boosting its drain output, those using control builds, so support builds, here we go, and relatively speaking, be very useful to most DPS vessels thanks to the critical chance improvement and the way it will also help your hangar pets, should you have them, get extra critical chance on themselves. And the whole restoration is just something that's going to keep your glass ships a little bit more survivable. 8 out of 10. Yes, I'm hyped. I'm really hyped. I'm happy. I haven't felt happy in a while, so shoot me. Oh. And then I'm gonna just ruin it. Okay. Right, so targeted excision. When activating overload or rapid fire, will apply both to your hangar pets. Now, this just means when activating any beam overload or cannon rapid fire ability, will apply the rank 1 version of it to your hangar pets. Now, okay, technically we already have this. Another ship, a Zenstor ship, gives you something remarkably similar. Uncomfortably so. You know what then gets worse with that? We're talking about a £20 ship versus 80 to 100. Or hell, I'm going to be mean here, bring up the gambling side of it. £300 ship. Because if we take the drop rate of this ship is actually valued at 300 higher. £300 plus, and that just means that its trait is disgustingly low. Oh, yep, there comes my anger. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful of this. Now, this trait could have been good if it applied the same rank as you're using. So if you use Beam Overload 3 or Cannon Rapid Fire 3, then it should apply the same rank to your pets. That would have made it really good and something worth using on a carrier build. But as this goes, it can just fudge off. It's reasonable. I will give it that, and it is better than its similar trait because it will apply both. It'll apply both of those abilities at rank 1. So it doesn't. This is more versatile, which the other one isn't so much. But not versatile enough. It's such a minor increase. Beam Overload 1. Hello. I'm already getting that. Let's pick a different pet. Well, I'm getting Surgical Strikes 3 from that one. Focused Assault. Beam Overload 2 from my advanced. Yeah. No. No. This trait gets 2 out of 10 from me. Because technically it's a higher scoring trait, but it's on such an expensive ship, and to be so rubbish on such a... to be at its level of usefulness on such a ship is just grossly wrong. I can't back it up. I can't agree with it. No, I do not condone the trait one bit. Now, I've been holding around a little bit too long here. Let's quickly look at customization of this ship. Very quickly, because there ain't a lot. And then I'll let you see this ship in action. Trust me, this is going to be the fun part. Whoopee! So here she is. Quickly in the customization, you can see it's kept a little bit simple. We either have the Assimilator herself, which is part of the collective. You can use collective, cooperative, or kingdom. Okay. Collective, cooperative, or kingdom materials. As you can see, it gets a little bit lighter each time. Honestly, though, I think the I like the kingdom. I just don't think it looks the best. It needs a bit of a texture overhaul. Simply put, that one, the cooperative just looks better. I think the kingdom is a newer look. Yeah. You can modify the pipes. As you can see at the moment, they're black. If you put pipes mirror, they turn white. Which I think is purely done so that it goes along better with the Kingdom look. And yes, this is the mirror universe Borg. So I kind of get why it looks the way it does. I just... I've always thought the mirror universe Borg would be good guys. So, well, we'll see with that one. You got a whole bunch of things you can adjust, affect, have some fun with, have some paint patterns put on, but honestly speaking, it's not a lot to mess with. It is got a standard bridge, which I think actually works really well for this ship. I would actually have been annoyed if we got a custom bridge for it. Just because, honestly, for me, I feel like this ship would be one of those ships which is mostly Borg interior in general. So having a weird custom interior for Borg would have just been weird for me. Even if they used the simulated Romulan bridge, it just wouldn't have felt right for me. I like this ship, customization wise. Let's take this ship into physical action so you guys can see what she's capable of. You know, can't be resisted. I just can't. Do you know what? I'm even going to bring up the combat log because I did an extra run there. Yeah, I'm starting to understand how people are getting such high scores from this ship. Damn it, this is an advanced run, and this is not my best. Far from it. But that is a huge increase compared to a couple of days ago. I think it was a couple of days ago. Yeah, massive increase compared to then. And by the way, nothing is different between the two builds. So, honestly, get this ship right and in the right situation. Really know how to use it properly. It is a case of make sure you use it correctly. This ship is an absolute monster. A jack of all trades, but a master of none. It's still better than a master of one. I strongly advise this ship to all players. I can't believe I'm saying that about a lockbox ship, so me. Though I will say, do not partake in the gambling. Go for the more guaranteed routes via the exchange, because frankly, I've said it once, I'll say it 100 times. Cryptic is too expensive when it comes to the gambling lockbox, but hey, I don't mind supporting Cryptic. I'll always spend a certain amount to support Cryptic because I don't want this game to go anywhere. Having said that, a huge thank you right now to the individuals on screen, especially Tribal Typhoon, Skyhawkings, XG Blackbird. You three are the reason I did this ship and the reason I was able to do the strike. This would not have happened without you guys, so a massive thank you to you guys. It was the Patreon donations that I saved up that allowed me to get the ship for this review, get the ships for this review. So seriously, thank you so much. You made a big difference. Really do appreciate it. My goal is to go full-time without ad revenue, so I want to go full-time and be surviving off of Patreon donations or YouTube membership alone. That's basically where I want to go to it. So I know where I've got to get to. If you guys want to help towards that goal, if you like what I do and want to push me towards that goal and get me streaming full-time and all that sort of thing, then please, if you're willing to help, check out Patreon or my donation link. As I've joked, literally all I need is £1 from everyone that watches this video, and boom, I'm halfway there. And that's a month. A month. Is that a joke? Oh, no, but seriously, guys, thank you all so much. You make such a big difference to my health, to my well-being. And that's why I keep making this content, because I appreciate you guys to no ends. Thank you. I hope to see you next time. Stay safe.
Resistance is futile.